What is up, XRP crypto community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I have an Accenture IBM executive insider talking about XRP and why he chose that out of all the cryptocurrencies, and then some more updates on these Bitcoin ETFs and the SEC getting hacked yesterday. First off, guys, both of my uploads yesterday got 100% likes, not one dislike, so thank you guys for supporting the channel. When you press that like button, it does a lot for the video, so I wanted to take a moment and say thank you all. Bitcoin's still recovering from that fake news of the ETFs getting approved yesterday, sitting at about 45K, right by its 30-day moving average. With these Bitcoin ETFs, we could see a pump, we could see a dump, but just know these next few days are going to be very volatile for crypto. And the U.S. Senate is now calling on Gary Gensler to report on this X account breach. Two U.S. senators are calling on the SEC to provide a report to Congress about the January 9th breach of its X account. They say if this compromised social media post was indeed the result of a social media cybersecurity attack, would it be possible for the commission to provide Congress with a report on the breach within 4 business days? If not, please explain why. But it gets more interesting. Here on CNBC, it looks like they're covering up for the SEC hack. Take a listen.
Decision yet. Okay, and so I'm just going to reiterate it one more time. It would appear that X has been hacked, that the U.S. government, the SEC, has not been hacked, which in of itself would have been quite interesting, since the SEC is also regulating all of these cybersecurity issues and hacks for public or private sector as well right now. But bottom line, this is not true. We don't have this. Focus on the SEC website, perhaps.
So they're claiming that the SEC's account was not hacked. All of Twitter, all of X was hacked. And think about it, if you were able to compromise X as a platform and take control of the SEC account, why not take control of other big accounts? For example, like Michael Saylor, and provide more fake news. It just doesn't make sense to me that all of Twitter was hacked. I think the SEC is just trying to cover up their own inconsistencies. And if the SEC can't protect their own Twitter account, how are they supposed to protect investors? And $60 billion of damage to investors in just 1 hour. When you had this massive wick up, a lot of people went long, and then the market obviously dumped. And this caused traders to lose $60 billion. And who's at fault? The same organization that's supposed to protect investors. Oh, the irony. If you guys want a spot to get XRP or Flare, I recommend Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. You can find a link to Uphold in the video description below. If you want $41 for free, sign up with Webull, deposit 1 penny, and you get $41 in free stock shares. A link to Webull as well in the video description below. And the XRP Golden Cross is still intact. You can see the Golden Cross. This is when a short-term moving average crosses a long-term moving average, like the 100-day or the 200-day. Back in 2017, the Golden Cross caused XRP to go up 650x to about $3.50. The last Golden Cross caused XRP to go up 10x. So it'll be interesting to see if this Golden Cross plays out, where XRP's price does venture to. In Bloomberg is coming out. This came out not even 30 minutes ago, claiming that approval will be granted today for all spot Bitcoin ETFs, all 11 of them. Like I was saying earlier, it's going to be a very volatile day for crypto if these Bitcoin ETFs are approved. I wouldn't recommend trading ever, but especially not during a time like this, because no one knows if the price is going to go up or down. People are speculating that the price will go up, but they do have the saying, buy the rumor, sell the news for a reason. And so just sit back, know what you hold. It could be a very volatile next few weeks for crypto. So now this former Accenture and IBM exec talking about why he chose XRP. And a lot of people talk about the flip of the switch moment where XRP just overnight goes to massive prices. Here's why he talks about the potential of that and why he believes something like that could be possible. Take a listen.
I'm 54 years old, live in Los Angeles, California. I've been a tech executive for 30 years. I started with IBM, and I've worked for Accenture for quite some time. At the time that I was heavily investing in XRP, actually, and I've also worked for FIS. Some of you know, one of the largest payments provider. I no longer work at FIS. I'm building a tech startup right now, which I'll remain nameless at this point. So a lot of background in payments, but one of the things that Bob and I talked about some time ago when I was at Accenture, one of the things, I'm no longer on NDAs, but the one thing that I was able to do is Accenture, just like everyone else, has a Salesforce.com, which is a CRM, customer relationship management software. And I was, as an investor, was able to go into and look at, and this is a time where everybody was doubting, Ripple's not working with that many banks. And that's the time Brad Garlinghouse was saying, we're bringing on 2 new banks a week. And I could look in Salesforce.com because you wonder, how does a small startup like Ripple, who only has, at the time, 50 to 100 employees, how are they integrating these banks? Because that's a big project. 3 months, 6 months, a year. And the reason why they were getting them on so quickly is Accenture and IBM are the 2 largest tech integrators in the world. The Global 2000 use them for implementing any of the latest, greatest softwares. And so Accenture was a partner of Ripple. And I looked in our Salesforce.com and I could see all 300 banks that Accenture had integrated for Ripple. Now, and I was pleasantly surprised at that. And we're talking big names. This was Bank of Australia, Bank of England, Bank of Canada, so on and so on. And so they're all primed, and they've been primed and ready to go since this was 2000, Bob, that was about 2016 I shared with you.
Yeah, I think it was 2017, 2018.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Minimum.
And I could see them all. They were all, and that means they're all primed and ready to go. So you've heard Mr. Schwartz talk about the flywheel effect. You've got to have liquidity on both sides for this thing to work. And so, while I can't speak to a flip the switch moment, I'm not an insider. I won't claim to be, but I can just see what's happening. That there is a moment where something happens where they all start using it. And Bob.
So technically, like a flip of
the
switch
moment. And who's in control of that to say go? Your guess is as good as mine. But that could be the IMFs of the world, the BIS, all that. But so that that's all just Bob and I talked about. Bob, is that what you were hoping to hear from me?
Yeah, just because.
So I hope you found that interesting. And I just actually found this earlier in the video. I was talking about CNBC blaming X for the Twitter hack. It comes out that Elon Musk has basically exposed the SEC. We confirm that the account SEC Gov was compromised. We have completed a preliminary investigation. Based on an investigation, the compromise was not due to any breach of X's systems, but rather due to an unidentified individual obtaining control over a phone number associated with the SEC Gov account through a third party. We can also confirm that the account did not have 2-factor authentication enabled at the time the account was compromised. We encourage all users to enable this extra layer of security. So just more blasphemy coming from the SEC. And there's a battle right now with these Bitcoin ETF fees. BlackRock has cut its spot Bitcoin ETF fee to 0.25%, a very low fee. You're seeing other investment managers that have applied for these Bitcoin ETFs slashing their fees. And that just means that these ETFs are imminent. And when they do go live, they want to attract as much capital as possible. So they're having this battle between who can have the lowest fees. As always, guys, thanks for watching my video. Hope you have a good day. Until next time.